Welcome to Chicago Haunts. This is Jane Addams in Hull House. So let's talk about Hull House. Hull House was constructed in 1856 by Charles Hull at Halsted and Polk Street. At this time, this was the most fashionable section of the city. After the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, the higher class people started to move to other parts of the city, and the near west side began to attract a large immigrant population of Italian, Greek, and Jewish. By the 1880s, Hull House was surrounded by factories and tenement houses, and soon after became the most famous place in Chicago. In 1889, Jane Addams and Ellen Starr Gates opened the house to educate and improve the group of newly arrived European immigrants. At this time, the overcrowded tenement neighborhoods west of Halsted were filled with crime, prostitution, and drugs. Jane Addams was the voice of humanity, enriching the lives of the unfortunate. Jane Addams died in 1935, unfortunately, but the Hull House Association continued her work at the settlement house well into the 1960s. At this time, the University of Illinois purchased the property. Now, let's jump into the hauntings of Hull House. At the time when Jane Addams took over Hull House, several years had passed since the death of Mrs. Charles Hull, but this didn't prevent her from making her presence known. She had died of natural causes in a second-floor bedroom of the mansion, and within a few months of her passing, her ghost was said to be haunting that particular room. Overnight guests began having their sleep disturbed by footsteps and what were described as strange and unearthly noises. Mrs. Hull's bedroom was first occupied by Jane Addams herself, who was awakened one night by loud footsteps in an otherwise empty room. After a few nights of this, she confided her story to Ellen. Ellen also admitted to experiencing the same sounds. Jane later moved to another room. Although the ghost was sad but harmless, the residents and guests lived with this presence. This is not the only supernatural legend linked to Hull House, though. A lot of the Hull House fame came from the Devil Baby. This child was supposedly birthed to a Catholic woman and her atheist husband. The story goes, the woman wanted to hang a picture of the Virgin Mary in her house, and her husband said that he would rather have the devil in his house to hang that picture. Shortly after that, the woman became pregnant and gave birth to a child. The child was said to have pointed ears, horns, and scale-covered skin, with a tail. After so much grief about the child, the father couldn't take it no more. He took the child to Hull House. After being taken in by James Addams, staff members said they took the baby to be baptized. The baby escaped from the priest, began dancing and laughing. Not knowing what to do with the child, she locked it in the attic, till it later died. They say on certain nights, you will see a deformed face peering out the attic window. Are those supernatural sightings real? Did the devil baby actually exist? Or was he just a deformed child that needed help and couldn't be cared for properly? I can't say for sure because I wasn't there. But tell me what you think, and as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for a new episode of Chicago Haunts. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and if you want to see my video first, hit the notification bell. Thanks again for watching.